Greetings, this is Jack from VL Entertainment, and today we are going to talk about writing. Yay. I should say first that the things that help me through this, things I'm going to be talking about, might not work for everyone, but it should, to a certain degree, more or less. So, yeah, the first thing I was going to talk about writing is writer's block. Basically, I find it's caused by at least two things. Usually a lack of motivation and a lack of knowing what to write. Oddly enough, the thing I found for me to help with writer's block is actually writing. It sounds funny, but just not even much. It doesn't have to be about what you're writing about, even just sitting down and just write a single line about anything. That should help. It helped me most of the time. Knowing what you want to write helps the most. I would say, for me, I visually plan things out in my mind. I don't really write stuff down. I mean, I do, but it's mostly the story itself is what I visualize. Yeah. So, now, I don't like these terms, but they have something called a planner, which is okay, but then they have something called a pantser. Now, when I hear that word, I think of someone who runs up to people and yanks people's pants down. Not someone who just goes with what they write without any form of planning. I would think that would be called a non-planner. But, you know, I don't name everything. So, yeah, I'm actually in between the two. I do plan out somewhat. I summarize my chapters. I don't give dialogue because I do dialogue right on the spot. I don't really want to plan out dialogue. I let my characters speak for themselves. And I try not to let them speak properly unless that's who their character is. If they use the lingo of cuz instead of because, then I let them. I think that's good advice for any writer, is let your characters be themselves. Let them tell the story. It kind of lets you it gives you less work to do, I'll put it that way. So that's for writer's block, I think, along with a few other things. Lack of motivation, somewhat the same thing. Just starting to write anything. It doesn't even have to be what you are currently writing about. Yeah, you could just write something completely off topic. Just, I don't know, write about your day. Just get used to writing, typing, technically nowadays. And then inspiration is similar to motivation, but to get inspiration for wanting to write or stuff, that is more subjective, really. People could have many different places of inspiration. My inspiration usually comes from playing video games or talking with people. So those are really the only things I could think of for about writing. It really depends on who you are, how you go about it. But simply just, basically, I guess what I'm saying is just write. But don't worry about what you write at the moment of writing. A lot of people want to edit while they write. I used to be the same way, but I kind of learned that you just need to write and don't worry about editing, because that's what, you're just writing the first draft. It doesn't have to be perfect first time. You just need to you basically need to get the basic idea out, because it's much easier to edit something that's already there than to write something that's not there. Usually seeing a blank white page, whatever typing program you use. I use YWriter, it's free. I absolutely recommend it to everybody. It writes by scenes, not by chapters. But you can have a chapter and then it goes into scenes. Yeah, I highly suggest that, especially if you're bored. You can change the background color. I change mine once in a while, but usually it's kind of like a yellowish kind of color. I don't really like yellow, but it helps me to write. So yeah, just maybe change the background color if your program allows you to do such a thing. Get to writing, but don't worry about what you're writing. This is the first draft. Most people go through 5 drafts, sometimes less, sometimes more. The current main story I'm working on, 100,000 words. First started in 2005. Not sure why I'm giving fun facts like this, but hey, that's what I do. So, I finally finished that after 10 years, 11 years. And that's the first draft. I have to go back and read through it. I don't add details through the first time. I don't say, the sky, it was dark. The clouds were rolling in through the east. The sun glares came through, peeking through the clouds. A bird chirped in the sky. I don't do that stuff right away. Don't add the detail. Just add basics. He stabbed him. Ow, why did you stab me? You're a dick. Basic stuff, get your idea out. If you don't have an idea for what you want to write, just put like in brackets that I don't know what to write, but here's my ideas. And yeah, or color code it so you know. You're like, oh, I need to work on this part. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. Just write it all out. Don't look back, just write it. The faster you write, the more honest it would be, but the more mistakes there will be. But don't worry about that. There are some books I wrote that I still have not read through because I needed time to relax from it. So I should actually start going back to read them now. But you do need to go back to your stories eventually and edit the whole thing if you want to do that. Edit it after you're finished it with what you want to write. When you're done editing, spell check first, obviously. Then go through the grammar. I use a program called Grammarly. It's on the internet. You can pay for it. Or you can invite friends and get it for free. So that's what I'm going to do. I need free stuff because I'm poor. You can use that for your writing programs too. It's not just for the internet. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite a friend and hopefully who I made the video for mostly, and I hope others learn from it. But I'm going to invite her for it, and then hopefully she has a writer friend she can invite and get it free also. Yeah. So, I would like to recap, but I have bad memory, so just watch the video. Yeah, just write your story, when you're done with it, take a break, do other things, go back, spell check it, grammarly it, and then start on the second draft. Don't worry about edits until after you've finished it. Start each draft with an edit. Yeah, start it with an edit, but don't edit through it. It'll just take too much time, and then you'll lose inspiration, motivation, and you'll want to bang your head against the wall until you don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. So yeah, just write, and don't edit until afterwards. That's all I can think of for now. If I can think of any more tips that work for me about writing, I will make another video. This one is a bit longer than I expected. So yeah, if you like this video, give that like button a hug. It needs it. And comment in the section below what you liked about this video, if any of this stuff works for you, and what other things work for you for writing. Quick little tip at the end, I would say go sign up for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, mostly because it helps you with organization. At least that's what it helped me with. So, the national month is in November, so you still have time to sign up and get prepared. So yeah, subscribe if you already haven't. I'd highly appreciate it, and love you all. Stay safe.
Also has normal friendship love, where you're able to handle being around them a little bit more than other people. You're gonna need that. But it also has a form of